Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me again. Root Beer here with question 15 on the 2019 Pascal. Sophie has written 3 tests. Her marks were 73%, 82%, and 85%. She still has 2 tests to write. All of her tests are equally weighted. Her goal is an average of 80% or higher. With which of the following pairs of marks on the remaining tests will Sophie not reach her goal? Not reach her goal. Okay. So, well, what can we do here? We want her to get an 80. Now, we've got 2 tests to write. We might call the score that she gets on the next test A and then score B on her second test. Now, we want an average of 80 or higher. What would it take to get an average of 80? What would A and B need to be to get an average of 80? Well, how do you find averages? You add up all the numbers, so all the percents for the tests, and divide by how many tests there are, which are going to be 5. Now, her scores were 73%, 82, and 85%. And then there's these 2 other tests, and I don't know what she's going to get on the first or the second, but I would still need to add them to the total and average. Now, if we multiply by 5 on both sides, I'm also going to drop the percentages. It's basically like a unit, so we can ignore it. So 400 is, and then, okay, 73 and 82 adds up to 155. Plus another 85 would be 240. And then there's these other 2 tests, A and B. Okay, so I'll subtract 240 from both sides. A and B needs to be 180. Well, at least 180. We'll write it the same direction. Sorry, not 180, 160. Okay, which means that these numbers here already had an average of 80. Kind of nice. So we don't know what she's going to get on the other 2 tests. That's why we've got pairs of possibilities. But we need them to be 160 or more. So which pair does not give me 160 or more? So E, I can see, I add those up, I get 160. D, I get 156. So I sort of stumbled upon D as the answer right there. We'd have 161 here, 161, and 162 here. So A, B, C, and E are perfectly fine, but D falls below. D proposes 2 tests at 56, which is too small for our average. By working it out with sort of some algebra, with little placeholders A and B, what I avoid is I don't have to add these 3 numbers and then guess, is it A, and add them up and average them, and then say, oh, no, that didn't work, do the same thing with B. We can just sort of avoid it, and we get this nice little critical condition to give us our answer a little faster, which is kind of nice. We always want to go a little faster, save more time for some of the harder questions. Speaking of which, we're going to take a look at question number 16 in the following video.